Okay guys, so firstly, welcome to our Facebook live training. Okay, so remember, I don't do this for the good of my health, I do it to help you guys understand why you're currently not in the body, mindset or positioning that you want to be in. So there's always simple solutions, okay, but solutions, I can give you all the knowledge in the world, I can tell you all the best things in the world, all the best hints, tips, secrets, whatever it may be. I can tell you the best of the best, but it won't mean anything unless you actually implement it and take action. So like I said, I'm going to be delivering Facebook live trainings virtually every single day, from the smallest of subjects and topics to the biggest. Okay, so like I said, if you listen in, it's going to help you. It's like the same people that come and join the gym. If they listen and do what I ask them to do, it will work. If you decide not to listen and do your own thing, or read a magazine and follow what they say, whatever, then probably might not work as good. Because like I said, I have proven results over 10 years in the industry, transforming people, and transformation starts on the inside before the outside. So a lot of the stuff I talk about is to do with mindset, that space between our ears. Okay, that's the most difficult part to conquer. Once we've got that, the body will follow. Okay, so the other day I spoke about belief. A lot of people walk into the gym, they don't even believe that they can be successful in the first place. So when they're not successful, they've just proved themselves right. They were right either way. Whether they weren't going to be successful, they were right. Whether they were successful, they're going to be right. But one of the biggest things is mindset. So I'm going to do a little bit more training on that today. So I've got my little whiteboard, my writing's improving day by day. So I want you to think about this, okay? So it's not that, let me write this out, it's not that you don't know what to do, it's that you lack the courage to execute or take action. To execute. Okay, look at that line, guys. So it's not that you don't know what to do, because everybody knows how to lose weight. Everybody knows. And you can pretend that you're playing dumb, you can pretend that you don't know, you can pretend that you didn't know certain foods were worse than others, but we all know that you're lying. Everybody knows what to do to lose weight. Everybody knows what to do to put on weight. So if you've put on weight by eating a lot of food, I was going to say a lot of shit then, but it could be a lot of food, because overeating's overeating, and not moving much. So if we know that eating a lot of food and not moving much puts on weight, then we know to lose weight, then it's the opposite. So let's not eat as much and move more. Okay, so I want you to consider the fact that it's not that you don't know what to do. So whatever it is in your life, whatever it is you're trying to improve, whatever the reason is that you're listening to this, or you're on my page, you're following my shit, you want to join my gym, whatever it is, it's not that you don't know what to do, it's that you lack the courage to execute it, to take action. So I wrote on, the title of this was, what is stopping you? So it's your lack, let me use some pens, so it's your lack of courage to execute. So we know what to do. It's like it took me a while to even have the guts to do videos, to do live videos like I'm doing now, doing training videos, because I was thinking of, it was all about the fear. So let's write this down, because this is probably what you're thinking. So it's all about the fear. So before I started doing videos, I had the fear. So what is the fear? So we all know, so the fear is, could be looking stupid. I probably look stupid anyway. Rejection. Failure. Hurting. Embarrassment. And the list can go on. Embarrass. So, like I said, before I even started these videos, I could have started them a lot sooner. I could have been helping more people, because whether this video helps one person or 1,000 people, I don't give a fuck. As long as it has an impact and helps someone, then that's my job. So it's the fear. Like I said, the fear. I was thinking before I started, oh, people are going to think I look stupid. People are going, and on the opposite end, people might think I'm arrogant, cocky. People might think I'm Mr. Know-It-All. People might think, who's he to do a video? All this type of shit. But whether I do something or don't do something, I'm going to get judged anyway. And the one thing that I want you to be vitally aware of is the fact that the more successful you become and the more confident you become, the more people want to go at you. Because ultimately, everybody in life wants a bit of that. Who doesn't want to be a little bit more successful? Who doesn't want a little bit more confidence? So when I saw other trainers and other fitness professionals doing videos, I was thinking, well, why aren't I doing it? Why aren't I doing it? Why haven't I started? Why haven't I started? And it all came down to the fear. The fear. And we've all got it. It's like when we go to a new job or we do something new. It's scary because people are going to judge us. And we can either let that fear take over us, or we can have the courage to execute in spite of the fear, in spite of the thought that people might judge us. Because like I said, if you're overweight and you join a gym and you think everyone's going to look at you, so that's the reason why you don't do it, because of the fear. So then you decide not to take action. So people are going to judge it anyway. So they're going to think, oh well, they're fat, lazy. They don't even go to the gym. They're not even that arsed. They're not bothered. There could be things that people say. But if they judge you in the gym, at least you're then taking action. And people will respect you for actually doing something rather than just sitting there in fear, lacking courage to actually go after what you want. So, like I said, it's not that you don't know what to do, because it's mindset versus skill set. Mindset versus skill set. So, skill set, we know, eat less, move more equals weight loss. Okay, so it's not that we need more knowledge, we actually need more testicular fortitude. So that's balls, bollocks, courage. Okay, to actually go after and do what we want to do. Because at some point we're going to look back, whether it's at the end of this year, whether it's when you hit a certain age or a certain point in your life, you're going to look back, or when you hit a bad point, so that could be a relationship ending because you're no longer the person that your partner first met. When you first met, you were fit, outgoing, ambitious, and all of a sudden you've gone into lazy, overweight, and just stuck in a rut. Okay, or it could be your health. At some point, whether it's an age, whether you hit like a 30 years old, 40, 50, whatever milestone, you're going to look back and you're going to think, I could have done better. And the reason I didn't do what I wanted to do was, oh, wrong hand, the fear. Because I'm afraid of looking stupid, I'm scared of rejection, I'm scared of actually failing. But failure, how can doing something fail? Because no matter how much you do it, or how much or how little you do it, doing it, you're always moving forwards. I'm scared of being hurt or embarrassed. Yeah, we're going to have embarrassing moments. You can't go through life without them. So, question for you. Question. So if you did everything, you said you would, where would you be? If you did everything that you said you were going to do. So I'm just not talking about in just your diet and your exercise, I'm talking about in life. So that's everything in your relationship, in your work, in your body, so that's your fitness and your nutrition, in your mindset. If you did everything that you said you were going to do in life, where would you be now in those areas? Would your body look the way it looks now if you did everything you said you were going to do? Would your relationship be in the same way it is now? I'm not just talking about your relationship with your partner, your relationship with your kids, your relationship with your family, your relationship with your friends. If you did everything you said you would they be better now? Or would it be different now? If you did everything you said you were going to do with your career, where would you be now? So hopefully this is bringing up the fact that lack of action actually doesn't progress you in any way, shape or form. So it's only the fear of action and the fear of looking stupid, rejection, failure, hurting, embarrassment that is slowing you down or actually just stopping you. So some of you might be just stuck still, or even like in quicksand, just falling down. And what happens when you're in quicksand is that you're sinking and everyone else is staying above you. So as you're sinking, everyone's staying above you, and that's what some of you could be like at the moment. We could be a little bit upset that our friends are getting fitter, stronger, leaner, lighter. Our friends are getting new jobs. Our friends had the bollocks to come out of a relationship that they weren't happy with. Yet I'm still stuck in one that I'm not happy with. I'm stuck in a job that I'm not happy with, and it all comes down to lack of courage and belief in ourselves to get ourselves out of it. So if you did everything you said you would, where would you be right now? Where would you be? And has action ever slowed you down? Because I don't think it would have. So what we're going to talk about is we're going to give you some courage boosters. So let's clean this up. So did you know that the diet while I'm rubbing this off, did you know that the diet industry is worth billions? The diet industry, so through supplements, training products, whatever, is worth billions. And do you know that what the percentage of people who are successful through dieting, 5%. So 5%, so people are investing loads and loads and loads of money, buying products, reading, yet 95% of people are unsuccessful. So you have to believe the fact that it's not a skill set problem, because we've bought the products, we know where the gyms are at, we can get any diet we want online, we can get any free workout we want on YouTube, we can get anything for free, and we can buy it, we can buy everything. But why is that only a 5% success rate? Because we lack the courage, commitment and discipline to follow through with what we said we wanted to do. How many times have you bought a book and not read it? How many times have you bought an exercise DVD and not done it? How many times you said you were going to do something and you haven't done it with regards to fitness? How many times have you said you're going to join a gym? How many times have you said you're going to start a boot camp? How many times have you said Monday's going to be my day? How many times have you said January the 1st is going to be my year? How many times have you said that, yet we haven't taken action? How many of you have got home workout equipment in your house and you haven't fucking touched it? All you do is hang your laundry on it. How many times are you going to keep telling yourself that you're going to do something and not do it? And if you don't think that has an effect on you, you are very much mistaken, because every time you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, it's stored in this little bad boy here, which is called your mind, your brain, whatever you want to call it. And your brain is like a computer. It accepts any information that you input into it. So every time that you say you're going to do something and you don't, that's another negative experience. Boom, it's locked in the tank. I'm going to start my diet on Monday, didn't do it, boom, locked in the tank. So every time in the future you then go to it, your brain releases this information that says, oh well, you've already failed 10, 20, 30 times, so you're only going to fail again. But it's also true that you can question these thoughts. So is it true, like I said the other day, is it true that you can't lose weight? The answer is no, everybody can lose weight. Is it true that you can't stick to an exercise diet? Is it categorically true that you can't stick to an exercise regime? No, because everyone can stick to some type of exercise regime. So it starts with belief within yourself and courage within for you to follow through with things that you say you're going to do. So I've got some courage boosters for you. Let's go with a different colour. So we've got courage boosters. Like little courage Viagras. Help you get you up. Okay, so let's go through them. So number one, let's start with the question, what do you keep saying? What do you keep saying you're going to do? And don't. So just get a pen and paper out now. Come on guys, pen and paper or your iPhone, whatever it may be, unless you're watching me on your iPhone, then grab a pen and paper. What do you keep saying you're going to do and you don't do it? What is it? Is it join the gym? Is it get an exercise program? Is it quit smoking? Is it stop drinking? Is it start paying more attention to your partner? Is it get a new job? what is it? What do you keep saying you're going to do and you don't do it? I'm assuming, because a lot of you are on my fitness page, that it's going to be a nutrition plan, it's going to be an exercise plan, it's a personal training, it's a boot camp, it's something along those lines. But remember, your success doesn't just depend upon your exercise and your body. Your whole life is around that. You spend most of your time in work, so if you're not happy in work, there's going to be a problem there. If you're not happy in your relationship, there's going to be a problem there. If you're not happy in your own mind, in your own space, it's going to be a problem there. So there's 4 areas to your life, and you can't put all your eggs into fitness and nutrition to transform your life. It will help, but you've got to address the other areas as well. So don't just think we're talking about exercise and nutrition, because I am not. So like I said, it's not through a lack of knowledge. It's not through that, because we know how to improve our life in every area. We know how to improve, because with that, mouth's getting dry. We know because we've got all the knowledge. We've got it all available to us. We can find it, we can seek it, we can go on Google. How do I improve my fitness? Go onto Google. How do I get a certain job? Go onto Google. How do I improve my knowledge? Go onto Google. Everything's available for us, guys, at a click of a button. So it's not knowledge, it's not through lack of knowledge, okay? So we spoke about fear. Fear. Okay? So, the fear. Okay? So I spoke about the fear in the fact that we could be feeling embarrassed, we could be feeling embarrassed, we could be feeling anxious, we could be feeling that we could be getting rejected, it could be looking stupid, failure, whatever it may be. But here's the courage booster. So what's the worst thing that can happen? So what's the worst thing that can happen, guys? So whatever it is you want to do, what is the worst thing that can happen from it? So the worst thing that can happen in life is dying. So that is the ultimate worst thing that can happen in your life, is that you die. Okay? So what's the worst thing that can happen by you starting an exercise regime? Starting a nutrition plan. What's the worst thing? And I want you to consider the fact that the worst possible thing, wrong pen, the worst possible thing is that you feel like shit. Yeah? So the worst thing is that you feel like shit. But I want you to think about the fact that you probably already feel like shit because you're in a body that you don't like. So you already feel like shit anyway. So the worst thing that can happen by you joining the gym is you feel like shit, but you already feel like shit. You already feel like shit. And people say to me, well, Adam, you don't know how it feels. You don't know how it feels to be overweight. No, you're right, but you do. You know how it feels. So you know how bad it is. You know your day-to-day struggles. You know the day-to-day shit that goes on in your mind. So you should want to get out of that. So I want you to feel like the fear. So the worst thing that can happen is you're going to feel like shit. I keep changing pens. So the evidence. So the evidence is just that it's just discomfort. So the reason why you don't do things is because you're fearful of it. And what's the worst thing that can happen is you feel like shit. But the evidence already says to us that you already feel like shit in the current situation that you're in anyway. So what's the worst that's gonna, what how much worse can it get if you already feel like shit in whatever area it is? So number 2, think about the fact that it's possible. Oh, pens. Looks very professional, this, doesn't it, guys? It looks like a 2-year-old, but hopefully I'm getting my point across and it's helping you understand why you don't do stuff. Because like I said, I could have the most professional thing written out, or I can do it this way. Either way, the information is coming to you. So it's possible. So number 1, fear. Number 2, it's possible. Okay. Someone else. So whatever it is that you want, is there someone else that's achieved it? So in your circle, or in all the people that you know, is there someone who's got a similar circumstance to you that has got what you want? So whether it be lose weight, get fitter, stronger, whatever it may be, has there someone? And I want you to consider the fact that the story that you're telling yourself that it's harder for you is bullshit. It's a lie. It's a myth. You are lying to yourself every day, and every day you tell yourself that you can't do it. It goes into this tank, remember, and it's reinstating the belief that you can't do it, when in reality there is someone else out there who's doing the shit that you want. They've got what you want, and they're in the same position as you. They might have kids, they might have a business, they might be a single parent, they might have a stressful job, and they're fucking smashing it. Yet you tell yourself, and you live in this little story, that it can't be done because you've got kids, you've got a business, or you're struggling for this, struggling for that, when there is someone out there that is doing it. So that should give you belief that it is possible, because you are not 1 in a billion. You are not that person. Okay? Everyone can be successful, but it's lack of courage and lack of action which is stopping you, and also and the conversation that you're having in your head. So someone else is doing it, so you need to find that people and hang with them. Hang with them. Okay, so not only do you find out, so if I want to know how to run a marathon, I will go and speak to someone that's done a marathon. If I want to know how to lose weight, I'll go and speak to someone that's lost weight. See how it feels, what did they do? Because the more and more people you speak to, the more and more you'll find that they followed similar habits. And if I'm not currently doing those habits, I need to fucking start doing those habits. Because why would I ignore the fact that A, I found someone in the same circumstances as me, so no longer can I tell myself that bullshit, and B, they're doing stuff that I'm not doing, so I have to change the way I am to get the result that they've got if I want it in my life. So look for inspiration, not jealousy. So when you find people, stop using the comments that it's easier for them. I bet you've used it before. It's easier for them. It's harder for me. It's harder for me. I've got so much going on in my life that no one else has got going on in theirs. It's bullshit. Just realise that there's people around you, and it should give you inspiration. Inspiration that there's people out there in your situation that are fucking rocking it. So that should give you confidence. What would really discourage me is if I found out that there was no one out there in my situation that was successful, and then I could believe that little bullshit lie that I'm telling myself. So believe that it is possible, whatever it is. So, pens, every time. Why aren't I learning from my mistakes and telling people to learn from theirs? So confidence. So courage booster. So I want you to think of past wins. What you've overcome. So have a look in the past. So some of us have that much confidence, that much belief. Yet, if we have a look back, so a lot of people are guilty of telling us to only look forward, only look forward, only look forward, never look back. It's all in the past. But the past can actually give us solutions and confidence, because when we look back, we can see what did work, what didn't work, what have I done in the past, and what have I overcome. Because when we look back at past achievements, it gives us confidence to move forwards. But when we look forwards, all we've got is predictions. We get no confidence from looking forwards because we've actually got no success. It's just ambition. It's just like trying to predict the future. Okay, looking back, you can see, right, what have I done? What are the past wins? Okay, in the last 24 months, what have I done that I've done well? What have I done well in my life? What have I overcome? And think about these, so it'll give you confidence to move forwards. So your anxiety is based on predicting the future. On predicting. Listen, people spend so much time trying to predict the future. Trying to predict. Why not predict the lottery numbers? Okay, you can't predict, guys. You can't predict. You can plan and prepare as much as possible, but you can't predict what's going to be happening. And your anxiety is the fact that you're always looking forwards. And you're always thinking of how big the goal is going to be. And am I going to be able to do it? Blah, 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 blah. But the confidence comes from looking backwards, not forwards. So looking at your past wins, stuff that you've overcome, and that'll give you that confidence to think, yeah, I can do it. I've been through a lot worse. Like I said, what's the worst thing that can happen after going after what you want? You feel like shit, because you might have a bit of rejection, you might feel a bit hurt, you might be a bit embarrassed, whatever it may be. That's the worst case scenario, but you already feel like that. So look at your past wins, and so you're confident enough when you do step in that your belief is that you can do it. Okay, it's all about courage. So on 1, 2, 3. So number 4 is increase capacity. Okay. So it's simply get better. People underestimate this. So your courage is by consistently doing stuff and getting better. So not doing the same shit over and over and over again. The definition of insanity is doing the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over again and expecting a different result. What happens when we do stuff over and over and over again? What happened if you watched the TV program and it was the same episode every night? You get bored. You won't want to watch it. You'll become frustrated. And that's the same type with your training, with your nutrition, with everything in your life. You need to progress, or otherwise you get bored, things get stale, and you start becoming complacent. Does this all sound familiar? So whether it be improving your knowledge in work, whether it be getting better in the gym, whether it be your nutrition, whatever it may be, work at it. Get better, increase your capacity, show progression, start different exercises, go to a different class, try new foods, read a new book, whatever it may be, but set it out. So I'm going to read 1 new book a month. Okay, I'm going to try one new exercise a week. I'm going to try a new training regime. I'm going to go to a new class this week. Or I'm just going to work harder at whatever I'm doing. I tried boxing and I was rubbish last week. Well, so what I'm going to do is going to practice on my own. I'm going to get a friend who's interested in it. We're going to practice on our own, and next time we go to class, we're going to be better. Because tell me someone that gets worse by doing something more. Tell me something in life that you get worse at by doing it more. You don't. It's just that we believe that we should be perfect on the first go, and when we're not perfect, and everyone else who's been coming to the class, for example, is a lot better than us, we get discouraged that everyone else is better than us and it's not fair on us, that I'm the worst, blah de blah de blah, when in fact all the people around you were in the same position as you. The only difference between them and you is the fact that you're going to pussy out of it, stop and go home and cry and tell yourself you're not good enough, when the other people turned up next week, they turned up the week after, turned up the week after, and got better and better and better. Don't underestimate just increasing your capacity. You'll get better. The more you commit, the more you turn up, the better you're going to get. In the same way, the less you turn up and the less commit, the worse you're going to get. Or you're not going to improve at all. So you need goals. Set yourself some goals. Some of us don't have any goals. We don't have any goals in our life. We don't have any goals in our work. We don't have any goals in our body. We don't have any goals in our nutrition. We just don't have any goals. We know we want to move forward, and we're turning up to sessions and we're turning up to the gym. We're doing whatever we want to do, trying to eat better, but we've got no goals. So we've got no end in sight. So we need little goals. So not yearly goals, I wouldn't go that far. I would set 90-day goals. So you got a 90-day benchmark. So your 90-day goals, you got a 60-day benchmark, 30-day benchmark, and what I need to do every week to get to them. So by 30 days I need to be at this point. 60 days I need to be at this point. 90 days I'm going to be there. Remember, you don't ever change the deadline. You just increase your capacity. So train harder, do more, and see where it gets you. Because I tell you now, by doing more, you're not going to get any worse. You're going to get better. Last one. Progressive exposure. So this is the balls deep theory. Balls deep theory. So that's my own little theory, by the way. So balls deep theory. So this is you going in head first, flat out, signing up to 3 sessions a day, quitting smoking, stopping drinking, quitting eating shit, starting meditating, starting reading, doing all this in one day. And we wonder why we become overwhelmed, stressed, anxious, worried, because we've taken on too much that we can't sustain it, and then all of a sudden when we stop again, it goes into that bank, and it again in our subconscious mind, we're a failure again because we've taken on too much. Remember, it's progressive exposure. So start small, whatever it may be. I know small isn't exciting, I know little isn't exciting because you want results instantly, but we didn't get fat overnight, we didn't get bad health overnight. It's progressively over the last months, years, decades of your life that it's happened. So let's reverse it in the same way. I know it doesn't sound sexy, I know it doesn't sound appealing, but it's for long-term success. So progressive exposure, so it's stepping stones. So from going to stepping stones, so from going from 3 classes a week, go to 4, go to 5, go to 6. Just don't try and do 6 in one day. From doing 50 sit-ups a day to 55 sit-ups per day, from doing 6,000 steps per day to 6,500 steps per day, whatever it may be. Because every time you see an improvement, it improves your confidence and improves your courage to be able to go after what you want. Because you can look back and think, yeah, I'm seeing improvement, I'm getting better, I'm ready, rather than guessing, looking forwards all the time. So progressive exposure, okay, so stepping stones. So let me just create a little bit of space. So hopefully this is helping you guys. I've just got a couple more minutes. I just want to go through a couple more things. Let's get this off. So a couple more things. There we go, nice and clean. So don't wait until you feel motivated. Don't wait for motivation. Because trust me, if I only exercised when I felt motivated, I would very rarely exercise. Not every day do I wake up and feel like, I really want to do this today. I can't wait to push myself to the limit. I can't wait to lift this weight. I don't feel like that every day. The same way I don't wake up and think, oh yeah, I can't wait to brush my teeth. Can't wait to do that today. It's going to feel amazing. Sometimes, like brushing your teeth, you just get up and you just do it. Sometimes you just got to turn up to the gym, whether your motivation is in level 6 or like gear 6 or in gear 1, whatever it be, but turn up. 80% of success is by turning up. Woody Allen said it. 80% of success is just turning up, because you ain't going to get any success if you don't fucking turn up. Everything's going to stay on hold, so you can't wait until you're motivated, okay, or when you feel like it. Because what if you don't feel like it? What about if you don't feel like it for 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years? Because remember, the longer you go out without it, the more and more you get used to it, the more and more you become complacent with it, the more and more you forget about it, and the bigger and bigger the molehill becomes when you do decide that you do want it, because it becomes harder and harder to come back. So don't wait until you get motivated. That's the biggest key to why people are successful, is the fact that they just turn up, they just do the work. So there's no point in signing up to something for a week and then have no further plans after that, and go from doing 2 sessions a week for a week to then none for a few months, because you don't feel like it, because you're tired, because it's harder for you, because you've had a long day at work, because the kids have been up, whatever it may be. Remember, whatever you say, someone else is doing it, someone else is going through the same shit. Okay, so take inspiration from the fact that there are people that are going through struggles that are still turning up, so you can do it as well. So, finish off with the last question. Let's do it. Last question. Okay. What would happen if you could act in spite of your thoughts, feelings and moods? Boom. What would happen if you could act in spite of your thoughts, feelings and moods? So when you're having those negative thoughts, those horrible feelings and shitty moods, what would happen if, irrelevant of all them, you could still turn up? you can still follow your diet, you can still do the work, you can still move forward. What would happen if you took out your thoughts, took out your feelings, and took out your moods out of the equation? What would happen? You would be a lot fucking further down the line, because that would mean that you would just be turning up and doing the work. You would just be turning up and doing the work. So hopefully the courage boosters are going to help you. So they were the fear. So number one, the fear. So that was understanding what's the worst that could happen. You feel like shit, but you already feel like shit. Number two, it's possible, in the fact that there is someone in your situation that is rocking it. Whether you want to believe it or not is up to you. Number three, confidence. So look back at what you have achieved and what you have overcome, and use that courage and strength to move forwards. Number four, increase capacity. So that's just get better at what you're doing, turn up more, train harder, learn new skills, practice new things. Progressive exposure, don't go balls deep, steadily increase. Remember, you didn't get fat overnight, so you won't get fit overnight. And don't wait until you feel motivated, because the best people and the most successful people are the people that can act in spite of their thoughts, feelings and moods, and turn up no matter what, consistently, and discipline themselves. And that's why they're getting the results that you aren't, because they're courageous, because they can act, and they can also turn up in spite of their thoughts, feelings and moods. We all know some days that we can't be arsed, but can you get yourself out of bed? Some days we can't be arsed eating right, but can you just do the best you can do? Can you act in spite of your thoughts, feelings and moods? Okay guys, so hopefully this training has helped you, and helped you understand, and help you to understand how you can gain a little bit more courage, and help you understand why it might be your courage that's stopping you from getting to where you want to be. Have a good evening guys, and like I said, if you need any help, visit our website livelifelight.co.uk. also listen to our daily podcasts, 5 minutes every day, going through stuff that's going to help you. You can see at iTunes, it's the Live Life Light show. Also our daily emails, you can register for them via our website. We've got a lot of stuff going on. We do a lot of support, a lot of help for our clients, because ultimately we want them to be courageous enough to do the things that they want to do in life.